Mm. This one's silent. All right, got 1 minute. All right, so I just sent you the YouTube link.
Okay, send it to my phone.
Yep, send it to your phone. I'm about to post it on the page. Hey, Elam, you there? Hey, oh, he's connecting to the audio. All right, cool. All right. All right. Hey, Elam, you there?
Actually, I've been here. I just didn't open the little whatchamacallit. What's going on?
Yo, what's
How's
good,
everybody?
brother? Everybody's good, man.
Good.
Living life, living blessed.
Yes, sir.
I just sent the link out. We have people getting ready to tune in now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And as we're going in the initial stages, you'll see me I'll be posting it on Facebook, letting people know we're here, so more people can tune in. But I want to go ahead and just introduce the guests we have. And before I do that, I want to let people know what we're doing. So this is week 3 of the EMPOWERMAY conference, right? And so this conference has been absolutely amazing. Like the first week, we got so many nuggets from Miss Ashonda Davis on financial fitness. The second week, we got gems from the one and only Elam King, just on relationship. It really wasn't even only relationships, it was finding your happiness and you know how to make sure you're happy before you try to make someone else happy. So it was so many gems there. And now we have a week I was excited about, speaking on health and fitness, which so many of us are trying to figure out how to navigate these waters, and how to be able to work out without having the gyms open. But before we do that, I want to introduce myself. My name is CJ King. I'm an artist. I'm a motivational speaker. And we have on here also Elam King, and he can tell you
what up. Hey man, listen, we've been having some fun with this thing though.
Yeah,
this is just EMPOWERMAY has the feedback that I've been getting. Can you guys hear me good?
Oh yeah, we can hear you good, bro.
Okay, the feedback I've been getting, and just we are at a point. I really think we're always at this point, but where it's probably a little bit more intense of just receiving some information to transition. And right. So I, from what I've been hearing, I mean, we talk about finances and then come on, relationships and just happiness. Come on, it's like step 1, right? So I kick it back to you, Champ, but just I appreciate even your due diligence in this so far. And a lot of times, you know, you be doing two things. You be doing like 5 things over the next hour and a half. They don't know. You're managing the online and then the call and then the
doing it
multitasking. But just thank you so much, just allowing me even to be a part of it. And you know, thank you so much to Greater Works for just being open to just having something like this and having this online course. So hey, we might have to come up with a June Empower May. Then we got June.
June.
Jump in June.
Jump in June.
Jump off June. There we go.
Man, so I want to go ahead and introduce our speaker, man. Our speaker for tonight is Daniel Grimes. Mr. Daniel Grimes, man. He is a fitness expert. He's the guy I go to for all things health. Every time you see him, like, that's what you think about. His Facebook, you will see. I mean, he's working out. He's consistent every day. He's brought his whole family into the fold. Really made health and fitness a lifestyle for everybody. And he'll tell you a little bit more about what it is and what he does. So with that, if you guys could in the comments, and let's all just welcome Daniel Grimes to the show.
Appreciate it, brother. Man? I'm good, man. Thank y'all for having me. Hey, we got a live audience right there.
Right.
Yeah, man. But listen, man, thank you for having me. I was very excited when I got the call. And you were telling me about what you guys was doing, man. And I applaud you guys for it because it's much needed. And I'm excited to be here, man, just to share just a little bit of what I know over the years I've been doing this. So I'm excited, man. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
For sure. If you could, so tell us first what it is that you do, and secondly, what got you started on that? Like, what made you want to make this change?
Yes.
And then we'll get on the quarantine 15 that everybody gaining right now. Okay, we'll come back to that. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So I think it was in about 2012 when I decided to kind of like change my lifestyle, because that's what health and fitness is a lifestyle. Okay, it's not a fad. It's not something that you do for 30 days, 90 days, and you give it up. So I started in 2012, and I just noticed at the time that although I was young, but my body was old. I was fatigued. I would get tired very easily. I couldn't run without breathing hard, and I was like, this ain't go. So that kind of started me out. And honestly, to my brother Tim, at the time, which was younger than me, he was working out heavy. And me look good, and I'm like, man, look at me, So so that's what got me started back in 2012. Just I couldn't. I was getting tired very easily, and I was fatigued. So that's what initially got me started. And like I said, I've been doing it since 2012, and I can tell you, being healthy is the best lifestyle that you can have. Being healthy is because it helps everything, and I'm sure we'll get into some of that. It's just not your physical that it helps. It helps your mentality, it helps your spirituality and everything. So so that's how I got started back in 2012.
So you say it was your brother that kind of got you started, but I see you incorporated into everything. Like you're doing it every day. You're motivating people to keep going. So how, for someone like myself, like I like the idea of working out. I like how it sounds.
Yes.
How can someone, I guess, find that
motivation? Yeah,
that motivation to just do it and keep going.
Okay, so here's the thing. Some people bodies are different. All right, champ. So when I look at you, bro, you slim. You can eat whatever you want. And you don't gain weight. So for you don't necessarily, from a physical standpoint, that's how you lack the motivation, because when you look in the mirror, you're not gaining weight. So it's very easy for you to eat what you want, do what you want, and not have that motivation. But for some people, they're not as fortunate. But here's the thing. what we have to look at it as a spiritual discipline. Okay, that's what you have to take away from the physical and look at it as a spiritual discipline. You know, that's one of the things that ministries kind of like avoid. They'll talk about everything else, but the spiritual discipline of a fit lifestyle. And a lot of people get it confused that they think it's just about the outward. It's not about the outward, it's about the inward. So look at it like this. How many times do you eat burgers? How many times do you go to McDonald's? How many times do you go to Taco Bell? Okay, all of that to us, when you eat that stuff every day and you're not putting the right things in you, you can't really be the productive person that you really need to be. Okay, so that's why they call it a fit spiritual lifestyle. So you have to have a balance. I'm not saying that you can't have burgers or pizza or whatever. It's just like, let's do it like this really quick. If you listen to or watch negative things every day, what does that produce?
Yeah, negative.
All right. It's the same way. You have to flip it. The same thing with leading a fit spiritual lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Okay.
That does. So,
you know, can I jump in real quick? Because I think you said this in the very beginning, Daniel, when you were talking about that it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
And I think that that's something that is that is the interwoven piece between when we talked about the first week about finances. It's a lifestyle. You can't just, try to get your money right for a couple of months, couple of weeks. Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
With regard to happiness, it is a lifestyle, right, that you live. Just be happy for one day. So I think that it's important to maybe just rest here for a moment and highlight the understanding behind that, because it's almost, I thought about salvation really quickly in my mind when you were talking, because sometimes people just, they might get saved or whatever.
Yes.
And then they think, okay, I'm good. Me and God, meanwhile, that ain't, hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We here.
Yeah, meanwhile, my video just went out. I don't know what just happened. Okay, it's redoing itself, so I don't know if you guys can see me. But, it's the same thing to whereas it's a lifestyle. So it seems like some of the important pieces, money and, the way you feel about yourself. And then now we're talking about something that you said so key about you can't be the right person if you're kind of consuming the wrong products.
Yes.
So there goes the lifestyle piece. I just want you to rest there and just maybe add just help that understanding of it being exactly that, a lifestyle.
Sure. Here's the thing with most of us, and I think Champ said something earlier about lacking the motivation. We also lack the discipline as well. That's another thing. Because here's the thing, in this 21st century, we want everything so quick. We want everything overnight. So we want it to happen so quick, so that way it's one and done. Instead of getting up, working through the process. Every day, we don't feel like getting up, going to work out. Okay. Although I may, some of my videos, I make it look very exciting, and I have to, because I have to love what I do to do it. But here's the thing. Some days it's going to be harder than others. That's when the discipline kicks in. When you lack the motivation, the discipline kicks in for you to keep going. Okay. So since 2012, have I made some mistakes? Have I fell off the wagon? Yes, but I didn't stop. I kept going. There's a saying that say, you do something for 30 days and it becomes a habit.
Right.
Okay. Right. So you have to consistently keep conditioning your mind that this here is a lifestyle. And when you think about it that way, bro, it becomes much easier, because what happens is I take my mental aspect to change it from being quick to long term.
Right.
Okay. It's almost like investments. You can't invest your money one day and pull it out tomorrow. You didn't give a chance to grow. You didn't get a chance to accumulate. You get what I'm saying? So it's over time that your investment worked for you. And that's the same thing with a lifestyle, a fit lifestyle. It's over time. You reap the benefits over time. Really quick, I got a quick story for you guys. I was diagnosed with scoliosis at an early age. I think I was in 9th grade. I was going to the 9th grade, scoliosis. And at the time, I thought my life was over, man, because I couldn't play basketball, because that was a liability. Fast forward to 20 plus years later, dude, I'm in the gym working out. And, I had on a fitted shirt. And for a long time, I wouldn't wear fitted shirts because how my back is constructed, because I have a 2.5-inch curvature spine, which mentally I had to overcome that. But I'm working out, and this guy kept staring at me. I kept wondering why. What is staring at me? But come to find out, he was a doctor, and he looked at me after a while. He said, "Hey, man," he said, "You got scoliosis?" I said, "Yeah. How can you tell?" He said, "I noticed your back," and he told me what he did. He said, "I just want to applaud you because what you're doing now is going to help you later on in life." So that's what I try to encourage people. A lot of times you may not see it now, but what you put into your fitness lifestyle, you may not see it now, but years later, you'll reap the benefits of it.
So let me throw this. One thing that people always do in New Year resolution, right? So it's May now, right? We just said Happy New Year like 3 weeks ago, but now all of a sudden it's the end of May, right?
Well, you know what? It seems like it was like 2 years ago the way everything was going.
Right, that's real. But the New Year, new you, and people jump into money and fitness immediately, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Talk to me about just the understanding of that and the evolution behind that mentally, because I think sometimes people, they say, okay, January 1, I'm going to start working out every day.
Right.
Discipline-wise, you haven't even done one day yet, but you're going to go from 0 to 7.
Right.
So I just want to kind of rest there because, and the addendum to that question is, how should I get started? Because we have this great New Year, new you, and then by the second or third week, LA Fitness is empty, right?
It's empty, man. It's empty. The gym, I got all your money, and you ain't even there.
So just talk about that disconnect and how should I get started?
Okay. All right, sure. Here's the thing about that. A lot of people is conditioned to follow what's in style. What's the newest thing. So that's how that I'm gonna start at the first of the year. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna start because that's what everybody is doing. Everybody is trying to be fit, but not necessarily be fit for them, but they're doing it to fit in. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But here's the thing, you have to make small goals. A lot of people make the mistake of making these big goals that you can't reach. And what I try to tell people is start out small. What is your short-term goal? Okay. And then once you complete the short term, 1 month, 2 months, everybody, I'm gonna start off 6 months. But you're already defeated, especially like you said, Elam, going from 0 to 100. You've already defeated yourself. So here's the thing, and a lot of times the mind cannot comprehend all of that, especially if you haven't been doing that. But if you cut it down, it's almost like a child. You feed them food. They can't consume all of that. But if you cut it up into pieces and feed it to them a little bit at a time, guess what happens? They're able to consume it. Yeah. And when they're looking at it, you're trying to get them to eat this big bowl of vegetables. They're looking at it. They don't want that. But notice when you cut it up, cut it down, they're able to consume it. It's the same thing when we're trying to get started in our fit lifestyle. Small goals. And it's up to you, because everybody's goals is different. What do you see yourself? When you look in the mirror, how do you want to see yourself? How do you want to feel? So I think you should assess your goals that way.
Yeah. So asking those questions, I guess asking those hard questions, like, like you said, how do you see yourself? Where do I want to be?
Yes.
Taking that moment to stop and look in the mirror. Because I think a lot of people actually don't realize they do it without thinking about it. A lot of people don't look in their mirror anymore because they don't like what they see.
Yes. Yes.
So I know for me, I've been more consistent about working out in the past month or so. Like every day, I've been working out. But there was a turning point for me. I was laying in bed one day and I reached over to grab something and I looked. I saw how skinny my arm had gotten.
Wow.
I said, yo, this ain't the move. I saw it and I said, yo, I'm skinny.
Wow.
And so literally, I kid you not, I got out of bed right then. And I started doing some push-ups. I said, yo, I don't want, like, there, for me, I don't want to be too skinny. I want to keep my athletic build. So there was a turning point for me because I didn't like what I saw. So
yes.
Is that just something that should it be that easy for everybody? Because I know people sometimes they don't like what they see, but it's hard to like make that. Yeah.
And honestly, it depends on how far. See, here's the thing. When you saw yourself, you weren't that far gone. So it was a little bit easier for you to make that turning point.
Yeah.
But for somebody that have let it go long years, it's a mental struggle. And a lot of people say it should be easy, but the reality is it's not. And I'm gonna say this. When I would train certain people, I wouldn't even put them in the gym first. I would have to break down their mental capacity, build up their self-esteem in order, because a lot of people don't like going in the gym because sometimes it's overwhelming. So a lot of times, some people, here's the thing, they really don't need a gym. They know what to do. They just need to be broken down mentally, built back up to let them know that you ain't that far gone to get back on track. You get what I'm saying? Because over time, what starts to happen, and not only with women, but men, depression sets in bad. Okay. And it leaves the physical and it builds on the mental aspect. And I keep going back and saying and talking about the mental, because a lot of things really, it's not about the outward, it's about the mind. So when I would deal with a client, I would talk to them and realize they don't need the gym right now. As out of shape that they are, they need to be broken down and built back up mentally.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes. It sounds like the physical part of fitness is probably on the smaller end of things. Seems like the mental, from everything you've been saying, from spirituality, everything, it starts in the mind.
Yes.
So since we're talking about fitness, what are some ways you can like exercise, like work on your mental to get to that point?
To get to that point. Some people, need help. Some people might need therapy. Okay. Some people might need counseling. And some people just go ahead.
I was gonna speak real quick.
Yeah.
No, it's frowned upon a lot in the Black community.
Yes.
I was about to go there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go the next hour real quick." You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do that?
Go there, bro. Go there.
Hey, no, because it when you said the word therapy, when you said the word help, and I just want to talk particularly to my men right now, because men, we have to understand a certain aspect of this is no differently than look to back in the day before GPS, right? When somebody's traveling somewhere and you don't know where you're going, right?
Come on. Yes.
And you're passing all these gas stations or whatever, and pay phones or whatever. Instead of you stopping and making a decision to pivot, right? You're like, I got this. And some of that, gentlemen, a lot of that was taught to us.
Yes.
That we're supposed to have all the answers, and we don't. We need the Daniels of the world to identify our blind spots, and it's okay. It doesn't make Daniel better than you.
Exactly.
It's that he has a blind spot that he can help you identify and walk you through.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And what I love about that is that you had a journey behind that too, because you had something. Think about it, right? Ironically, how is it that the guy with scoliosis ends up turning around and is in the fitness area to help improve people and their body?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to understand, and I know. Ooh, I'm gonna try to let you go because I'm.
No, come on, man. That's good stuff.
Because people have to understand that even the story behind it, it gave me respect immediately. I'm like, oh, so he been there.
Wow, I appreciate that.
In a different capacity. It's not like he came out with Silver Spoon and he's been Arnold Schwarzenegger all his life and now he's just telling us something. No. You know, if you told me you was this big and nasty before, I would have been like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But to that space, I want to kind of lead into another area because a lot of times we just attribute it just to if you're not leading that healthy lifestyle, that it's just weight, right? If we move beyond that, what are some things that you've also experienced with your clients when they're not leading a healthier fitness lifestyle?
Some of the problems you say?
Yeah, some of the challenges you see people come through, you know, whatever, you know, just whatever that looks like. What are some other things you can look forward to if you don't get your body right? Besides weight, because that's the first one.
Yes. Here's the thing. Everybody's bodies respond differently to different challenges. Some of the things, again, I'm gonna go back to is the mental aspect, depression, you know, different things like that can happen to different people if you don't lead a healthy lifestyle. And obviously, like you said, you know, gaining weight, different things you can have, knee problems, back problems, all of that, because you may be a little bit overweight for your body's size, stature. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people, honestly, bro, what I've dealt with has been more mental than physical. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand that emotional eating, don't only causes you to gain weight, it causes you to battle depression in a way that we've never seen before. A way that we've never seen. And also, here's the crazy part about that. If you're depressed, you're emotionally eating, and the foods that you're eating causes different toxins to be released in your body to then heighten the depression. Because people don't understand.
You're just repeating the cycle. You're making the cycle even worse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and then what happens is, it's okay, bro. It's a trickle down effect. Okay, so here's the thing. I may not have my job stressing me out, so I overeat, which causes me to be unhealthy. All right. So then how do I deal with all of that? I keep eating. I keep emotional eating, because especially if I don't have an outlet. Okay. So here's the thing. What people don't understand is leading a healthy lifestyle gives you that outlet, even if it's just walking. A lot of people think you got to go to the gym 3 or 4 times a day. No, just get out there to walk. Get out there with a nice little jog or something like that. But man, I tell you, this is such a broad topic that it's crazy that the different things that being unhealthy can cause.
Yeah. Right. And you said something about the walking. Talk, because maybe sometimes people feel like that if I'm not going hard and lifting the weights, or and I'm not really doing nothing. How important is walking, and how much walking should somebody do?
Very, very important. Study shows that you should at least walk 30 minutes a day. Okay. And again, 30 minutes a day, and you will be amazed at how that helps clear your mind. Okay. Now, my thing is this: if 30 minutes is all you can do, give it the best 30 minutes you got. Okay. But my thing is, if you can do more, do more. Okay. Challenge yourself. So if you can, say for instance, if you could get in the gym and work it out, ain't no need of you going out there walking for 30 minutes, because that's not really going to challenge you. But here's my thing: to meditate, because a lot of times in the Black community, we attribute meditating to kind of praying, or, we don't really meditate. We think it's a form of.
But it goes back to what we were saying earlier. We feel like there's something wrong if I'm sitting here meditating.
Exactly.
What's wrong with me?
Exactly. So honestly, I will say this, bro. Even if you can get in the gym, and work it out, just like today, I went out to do my little run, and man, I sat out there on the bench for 30 minutes, just right there, just chilled out. And it's good to get away from the cares and the rustle and bustle of life, okay? And just kind of decompress. It's good. Just take a walk, 30 minutes. You'll be amazed at how that alone will clear your mind. Really quick, this is how I really got into running, man, because it was such a stress reliever. Getting out there, and people don't understand when you say, oh, I'm being one with nature. Do you know that it was God that created? So if I'm one with nature out there, I'm one with God. You know, it's not something like I'm out there being like, you know, crazy or anything like that, because we wasn't taught to do it like that. If you went down on your knees in a church or in your room, you couldn't do it like that. But I found out, bro, I got some of my best motivation speeches just from running and walking. So it's good. I would tell people it's good for you to just get out and just walk, you know. Yes.
I want to allude into this. I don't know if you have any insight into this, and so just walk with me for a second, since we have a mature audience. Inside of the, I wanted to see Champ's face. Champ, you shouldn't have walked off just then, man, because I got to get your. I'm at to wait with my question because I want to see his face when I take it here.
Hold on. Before I turn on the light.
Okay, this is for my married folks, right? What has been communicated to me is that, you know, intimacy within the relationship, you know, maybe a couple of minutes of intimacy is equal to maybe a 30-minute walk.
Really?
Do you have any insight? Yeah, I'm asking you.
That's what you heard. I'm gonna tell you
according to Google. Yeah, Google said that. But for my married folk, that maybe they couldn't take a walk today.
Right.
You know, so
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Let me tell you. If you can't take a walk, you definitely can't produce in the bedroom. So how can that? I'm just shooting it back at you. No. You get what? Does that make sense?
No. I mean, I think that's important because it kind of there's a trickle. And I think sometimes, you know, people don't want to broach certain subjects or whatever because they're not understanding maybe some of the trickle down effect that might happen. But what you were speaking earlier was great, because outside of just the weight factor, is so many other areas of your body can be affected just simply from you not living a healthier lifestyle.
Yes, and let me really quick, let me go back to your question, and I was just kind of like throwing it back at you. But what I will tell you is what I found out, bro, from leading a healthy lifestyle, and for men, it makes you more better. I'm telling the ones that are taking pills,
more better.
Yeah, more better. Trust me. Because here's the thing, really, because men, we deal with what? Blood flow. So if you're clogged up, I'm going back to my thing that I said to you, Champ, earlier. If you're consuming a lot of burgers, pizzas every day, all day, you know, you're not being balanced. What happens is your body get clogged up, which makes it hard for you to perform.
Put my burger up then, good gracious. Put my burger in front of me. I had a whole half burger.
Wait. I just see a wrapper, bro. It looks like it's too late.
Hey, man, Champ was chopping down on that earlier, man. You were going in. But man, let me tell you, you have no clue that the body, the way God made the body, right? He also designed food to heal the body. So all of this stuff that men are taking to perform, bro, I'm telling you, if you detox, if you balance, drink water, and that's another thing that we don't do. You know, man, we take care of our body. You really don't know how much that helps a man's body, bro. You really have no idea. Eating the right things, like I say, balance out. We're not gonna eat salads and drink smoothies every day. We're not gonna do that.
I had a salad today.
Oh, you had a salad today? But yeah, man. But going back to your question, bro, it does help you tremendously in the bedroom. Tremendously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to go there real quick, Champ. Go ahead. I'm gonna throw it back to you.
That was a good question. That was a good segment. Now I got to throw my burger away, but it's cool.
No, you got.
Man, what was this?
Man, he done mess you all up with your burger, dude.
Yeah.
He feel like he processing that like, oh man, hold on,
man.
I have a burger left. It's in the heart. Everyone who knows me knows how much I love burgers. Like, if I'm out of town, I will ask around for a good burger spot.
But you know what though? That's a good lead in to say, is there? We've heard about, even in our community, maybe eating red meat.
Yeah.
Or or is it better to be vegan?
Well,
or is it okay for me to have a starch every now and then? We kind of transition. Yes. I guess that's good to go into the food piece.
Yes.
Should we just eliminate certain things, or what are your thoughts? Besides fast food, we know that, right? But
well, I would say, bro, honestly, I don't think you should eliminate much of anything. Cut down your portions. That's the thing. Now, unless, like, for instance, like my sister, Corn, she can't eat red meat because it messes with her head, blood pressure. Really, it gives her headaches. So for her, she can't. Okay. Now, and you have to be careful of, again, all of these fads. People saying you shouldn't eat starch, you shouldn't eat this, but you need a lot of that stuff. It's just how much you eat of it. And I would say that do your research, because everybody is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body responds differently. So, and even becoming vegan, man, let me tell you, I tried that. That's one of the hardest things to do. Can't do it. But what I will tell people is to balance out. Find out what works best for you. And a lot of the stuff that they put out, which is good for outline, but a lot of the stuff you have to kind of tinker with it to make sure it fits your lifestyle and your body type. So that's what I would say with that. That's a whole broad subject right there. Yeah. But on a smaller scale, just a little snippet that I can just give, a little advice, that do your research for your own body type. And again, I don't think, because you need, for me, for instance, pasta. Most people say pasta is bad for you. Yeah, if you eat it every night, on the bed, you add a bunch of cheeses and different things like that. But if you run a lot, that helps you. The pasta helps you, because runners use that as fuel, especially the night before a long run. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be educated on when to eat it and different things like that, because a lot of that stuff can't help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a couple questions also from the audience, but before I get to their questions, I had one based off what you just said. For someone like me, who's kind of ignorant of a lot of those things, is there like an app or anything? Like, how do you find your body type and what works for you? Yeah.
Just start paying attention to your body and what you eat. My sister Panky, again, she is the health nut as far as food is concerned. I'm talking about, she is so disciplined. If you follow her on Snap or on Instagram, Victoria, follow her. I'm telling you, her discipline for her food is amazing. And I took a page out of her book, is that she studied her own body. Not, you can, there are apps, but she kind of paid attention to what she ate. And if she didn't feel like, if she felt fatigued, it was like, okay, I got to throw that out. And it took her like 2 years, bro. But she got that thing down to a science. There are also health dietitians that can help you with that as well. And again, I say, if you're just going to do it yourself, pay attention to the things that you eat and how your body responds to it.
We were actually talking about your sister yesterday, because we were talking about for pregnant women and how they can maintain a level of fitness, and we were talking about how it doesn't even look like she had a child.
Yes.
So one of the questions actually that came forth is, how do you feel about the myth that pregnant women shouldn't lift weights?
That's a lie. That's a lie. Now, and what I would say, now let me put a disclaimer out there. Make sure you, that's a lie, first of all, but let me put a disclaimer to say, always consult with your doctor. Now, firsthand, huh?
Come on, disclosure. Just put that on in.
But I watched my sister firsthand. And again, this is something that is naive or ignorant in the Black community, that we grew up with that. Now, my sister had to completely get off of social media because people, again, was berating her social media. Oh, you gonna hurt yourself. You gonna hurt the baby. Bro, she completely got off and documented her whole pregnancy, worked out, didn't post it. Let me tell you, my mom told me that was one of the easiest. My mom had 5 kids. She'd never seen a pregnancy like that. My sister went in and delivered the baby like that with no problem. No complications, no nothing. She didn't even know she was delivering the baby.
Wow.
No scream, no nothing. The baby. So again, the myth out there that you shouldn't lift weights. Listen, I had a first-hand experience with my sister. She did it the whole while. And again, I would say consult with your doctor, but they would tell you that it would only enhance and make it better for you. Now, here's the thing. My sister was already leading that type of lifestyle, so it was easy for her to keep going. If you're not leading that type of lifestyle and then you're trying to start when you get pregnant, of course, it's going to be very difficult for you.
Let me throw something out here that I actually learned in high school. A friend of mine, him and his, they were a little bit older or whatever, and they, one of the things that she used to have some very bad cramping, during her cycle, her time of the month, and so one of the things that she used to do is that she would fast.
Okay. Right
before her cycle.
Yes.
And what that would do is it would reduce the cramping and actually reduce the time frame to whereas I think she was like, what do you say, like a couple of days, and then it kind of narrowed down to maybe 2 or 3 days.
Yes, sir.
Does that also speak towards some of the validity, or would you recommend that after they consult their physician? Okay, would you recommend that for ladies that might be having maybe some women are more intense during that time of the month? Not something that we understand, but we hear about, right?
Right.
So. Exactly. What are your thoughts about that?
Now, I definitely agree with that. And again, everybody's body is different. But what I will say is this, based on study, based on people that I have worked with, some that have their cycles have a less harder time if they are leading a healthy lifestyle and if they are working out. It's not that intense versus if you're not working out. Now, again, some women just have it bad altogether just because of how their makeup is. You get what I'm saying? But I would say working out, stretching, eating. Now, here's another thing that adds to the more intense cramping with women is all of them doggone sodas they be drinking too, whether they know it or not. Whether they know it or not.
Haven't heard that one before. Come on, educate me.
Dark sodas, bro, with women, I'm telling you. Dark sodas is a direct hazard to women's health. And drinking a lot of sodas, dark sodas, would make the pain more intense. Now, versus ones that drink a lot of healthy juices and a lot of water, they have a much easier time.
So the Fanta is not something. That strawberry Fanta, though, man. Oof.
But let me say this. Too much of anything is bad for you.
Right.
Too much of it. And okay, let me put it to you this way. And you can Google this. This is free information. It ain't something that I came up with. But every soda you drink, you need to drink a gallon of water. Now here's the thing. You already supposed to be drinking 8 glasses of water a day. So think about the women that drink. I know women, bro, that drink 4, 5, 6 cans, bottles of sodas a day. So for every one of those that you drink a day, you got to drink a gallon of water to flush your system out of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just hurt some people's feelings just then. I bet you just hurt some feelings just then.
Yeah,
they're not gonna like that. Man. I don't drink soda, so that really doesn't really.
How much water do you drink?
I don't drink as much water as I should a day. I have this cup that's why I have this bigger cup and I do that on purpose. And I have like a mason jar that's big,
Okay.
and I try to fill that twice a day. But
Yes.
I don't drink enough water.
Okay. Now, and really quick, before you get to your next question, I would throw this out for your information. Also for men, as you get older, your testosterone level starts to drop. The more water you drink, the better you keep your testosterone level.
Actually, I've never
Okay, because I was about to get that eugenics that they keep advertising, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to drink water.
That goes back to that goes back to that other question that you asked.
That's right.
That goes back. You don't need it if you, I'm telling you. Listen, fruits, let me tell you something. There are certain fruits that if it's, again, this is free information. Over time, I found this out for men. I'm going to speak to the men really quick. That helps your testosterone. Now, you don't need to go out and just eat a whole bunch of it. But like, for instance, grapefruit. I hate grapefruit. But let me tell you, I hate it. But I will stomach it because it's the benefits of a grapefruit. Also, watermelon. The benefits of watermelon for men. And not only does it detox and give you water, there's another type of water that gets into your body, but it's good for your testosterone.
Wow. Grapefruit and watermelon.
Yeah, grapefruit. I hate watermelon. Okay, right, keep going. Come on. I'm taking notes. Come on.
Hey, blueberries, strawberries. I'm telling you, fruits, if you start getting your fruits daily, you wouldn't need the eugenics and all of that. Now, I'm not against that because some people, as you get older, you will need, but if you are getting your daily dose of fruits, also, here's another thing, nuts. That's another way.
Yeah, I heard almonds are really, I heard that. I did hear that.
Yes, sir. That's another thing. So here's the thing. Everything that we need to replenish our body, to give us what we need, is already in the foods. So, you don't necessarily need the pills if you can get it from the foods. It's less hazardous, okay? And it's more healthier. And it's long-term, man.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I got a little list here. I gotta go grocery shopping tonight.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, you got to do like 5 gallons of water because you ate that burger, so you got to flush it out.
I gotta get rid of it. I started with a bottle so far, so we're working our way.
1 down, 7 to go.
Right. But I do want to get to. We got a couple more. So someone said fitness is not my challenge. I'm a contractor, so I'm always on the go. How do I manage my eating to improve my health?
That's a good thing. Start. I don't know how much time, but you have to make time. There's a saying I might quote it and I might mess it up. Planning to succeed. If you don't plan to succeed, that's a plan to fail. So here's the thing, really quick. You have to, if you know you're going on the road, pack your lunches. Make your own food.
Okay.
Make your own food. That way, because here's the thing, honestly, people don't realize and I like what he said, fitness is not his problem. Because honestly, that's the easy part. For some people, some people doesn't. It's the eating that is, okay. So 90% in the kitchen, 10% in the gym or working out. That's how they go. So what I would say is plan, before you go on the road, make your meals, okay? Make your snacks. Instead of stopping, to the stores, go grocery shopping. You may have the weekend that you're home before you hit the road. Go grocery shopping and you get that Tupperware. Because if you plan and it's right there with you, you're going to reach and grab it and it's going to help you stay on track. So that's one of the things that I would say is, to plan to succeed instead of planning to fail.
And I've heard a saying that if we don't make time to do the right things now, we'll be forced to do it later.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be costly. And it'll be much more costly. It's right now while you are in control yourself. Okay, it's much easier to do it yourself because if you're forced to do it later, it's going to cost you way more and it's going to be way more uncomfortable. So, but no, that was a great question. That's what I would say to him is that while you're home, take the time to go grocery shopping, look at the list. And my thing is balance everything out. Everything ain't got to be bland. Let me throw that in there real quick. Most people think healthy eating is bland. It's not. It's really not. And if it's going to be bland, there's no way you can continue it because your taste buds, you're not getting the excitement that you need. So a lot of people have that misconception as well. We can use this seasoning. I'm just saying, you can still eat greens, just don't put the bacon fat in there. Just don't put
I got a quick question.
Yes, sure.
So obviously, when you walk in the average grocery store right now,
Yes.
the organic versus the, everything else is what's out there right now. What are your suggestions in shopping in the grocery store? And what I heard is that the goal is to stay on the outside of the aisles because the inside is where all the process is. The outside is all the more organic stuff and produce and stuff like that. Yeah. So talk to me about when I walk in a grocery store. Should I just get everything organic? Should I just be eating fruits and berries? I mean, what?
Yeah, and again, it just all depends. That organic stuff sometimes can be overrated. Price. I would say this, man. If you go to your supermarkets, frozen foods is some of the best foods, man.
Really? I'm thinking that would be processed food. Talk to me. I didn't know. Hold on. Let me go back to my notes.
What I mean, not the frozen pizzas and stuff like that. Not stuff like that.
Okay.
But frozen versus cans. Because guess what? What happens is, just like if you make some food, you cook food at home, the best way to store it is where? In the freezer. Last one. So again, just get what works for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's about a balance. And I would say this is get with an actual dietitian that actually do that for a living. And what I found out, man, a lot of people, they'll try to hit you over the head with going with the organic, different things like that. Sometimes you have to research, get your coupons, different things like that. You may have to go to 3 different or 4 different grocery stores to make it work. But just don't walk in a grocery store and say, I'm just getting all organic stuff.
Yeah. Just one question from myself. So do you yourself do any service like that where if someone was like, hey, what kind of meal can I prepare for such and such? Do you do any of that for your clients?
Actually, what I do is I'm connected to people that do that. So what I do is I get them in contact with people that actually do it, So that's their field. That's what they do. And on a smaller, like I said, my sister Latoya, she's done it for the last 3 years, and she's done it for herself. She's been doing it for the last 5 years, but the last 2 to 3 years, it's literally, man, she's found the scientific fact in a lot of different things. So a lot of times I reach out to her, and she knows, what to do for them. And then, like I say, I am connected to a few people that actually do it for a living.
Well, for our live audience, I want to make sure you caught that. Connect with him on social media, everything.
Absolutely.
Reach out. He has connects that can help you out. Elam, you look like you were about to say something before I go to the next question.
Yeah, because sometimes, what do you think as an alternative to if I'm working with, well, first of all, do you have just an addendum to Champ's question? Maybe you don't do the meal prep, but what service do you offer?
Like I say,
if you could just share with our audience.
If they just say, for instance, that they contacted me, because I do have some knowledge of that, I can kind of like give them, like a general answer to kind of like point them in the right direction. I can do that. But a lot of times to get the best results, I like for them to actually work one-on-one with someone that can like just be on them. Because I really don't have the time to, in that field, that's a lot of time, being and coming up with meal plans and, with the great different things like that. So that's the reason why I connect with people on that. Yes. If that makes sense.
So you're more like, once I walk in the gym, holla at Daniel. That's what you more like that?
Mental aspect, motivation, again, I can give some generality to what direction just to get you started. But if you need something long term, for say 3 to 6 months, then that's when I say, hey, this is what you need to do. Just because if I'm going to train someone, I'm going to train them for 3 to 6 months. You need to do that same thing with your eating if you're not knowledgeable, because those things go hand in hand. Yes.
So what I would say to our audience is, if you are looking to make that step, so a lot of times it starts with that first step. If you're looking to put that foot in front of the other one, reach out to Daniel. He can get you started and put you in the right direction. If there's further services, you can reach out and he'll give you whatever whatever fees may apply to different things that he may offer. Reach out, but that he's a great resource for those first step options. And I know personally, sometimes I just go on his page just to see what type of run or exercise to do. I do have one more question that was really good. They said, what other exercises can be done to get your heart rate going for someone not able to walk 30
That's a good question.
to an injury?
You say are they injured?
So they have an injury that prevents them from walking 30 minutes. So are there other exercises that they can do to keep their heart rate, get their heart rate going?
Oh yeah. Depending on what type of injury, if you just sitting down just doing some jumping jacks, just moving, you can just get your heart rate up. If they're able to get in the gym, there you go. See that right there? That just sit down.
I was just trying to see what it was like. I'm sorry, I was just trying it out.
Yeah. Just moving, just literally just moving. Jumping jacks. There's a couple of other things I can't really think of really quick off the top of my head. But now let me say this: if they're not able to walk 30 minutes, but they have access to a gym, the elliptical is the best one for them, because it's low resistance and low impact. Okay. Yeah. So that's if they have access to the gym, and then a bike. A bike is good.
A bike.
Again, yes, a bike
People
is really
don't ride bikes no more.
But bro, you cannot find a bike.
Bikes got a bad deal, boy. Just one day people just stop getting. They got a raw deal.
Bikes are sold out right now.
Yeah, now they are. Exactly. That's what's interesting. A lot.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Because everybody went back to, because you couldn't get in the gym, the parts was limited. The next best thing was the bike. So
I be trying to tell people, if Toys R Us had held on just one more year, they might have made it through. You know what I'm saying? Because but even having that level of exercise, I think that sometimes people just want to, and this kind of goes to my question right now. I'm not as educated in this area, but I do feel like that the fitness aspect of it is important. But for those that just want to take a walk into it, along the lines of what we're talking about eating right, what are your thoughts about some of the diets that exist out there, right? I mean, whether it's the Miami joint or Weight Watchers or, keto has been huge for about the past 2-3 years. I've seen a lot of people having some benefits in that area. What are the do's and don'ts there? Stay away from, this is crazy, or do they all work and it's back to discipline? What are your...
It goes back to discipline. And what I would say is that everybody goes back to something that I said earlier. Everybody's body is different, so it responds differently. Now, some of that stuff works short-term only, not long-term. A lot of times people get caught up in trying to do a long-term. So here's the thing. If you're looking for something short-term, some of that stuff may work, but it still goes back to you being disciplined about what you do. Now, some of those things can jumpstart you. Right. To kind of like, and to make it for yourself. Take some of the things that you can take from it, and the things that you can't, throw it out the window and just make it work for you. Because a lot of the times, just like going into the store, everybody just can't walk into a store and get a tailor-made suit. You have to buy something off the rack and get it tailored to you.
Yeah.
So same thing with, So same thing with these diets, man. A lot of that stuff don't work for everybody, but some stuff do work. You just have to find out what works for you.
Man. Well, before we get ready to close out, and first of all, thank you for
real.
I mean,
I got my notes: grapefruit, blueberry, because I don't do watermelon. Okay, grapefruit, blueberries, strawberries. I don't really do canned that much, and elliptical, and the bike. I'm good. That's my notes.
That's your notes.
I'm gonna work on them burgers, but
yeah,
you out of luck right now, bro.
Hey, Tim, I'm not saying you can't eat them, bro. Cause I eat them. You just can't eat them every day.
Hey, look, I'm trying to be at the top of my game when it counts, so I gotta cut
Yes,
that out.
Word. Hey, look, hey, Champ, big don't look good on us. What happens is that my neck get fat fur. That's how it go. Like it go out, and when I see that, when I'm like taking pictures, I'm like, and my neck I'm like, no, we gotta reel that back. But I think that's important because I'm clowning, but I'm for real because I think that when we go from one size to the next, and then we just buy more clothes.
Yes. That's
versus I look good in my suits.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not trying to buy more.
Right.
So when I put that arm through and that sleeve be like, like it just grab you right there, that's when I know I got to go back. If I put my thigh in that joint, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But why, sometimes people don't dial back then. And the clothes. That's my indicator. Besides the neck joint, I have my indicators.
Yes, just like when Champ said that he looked at his arm and was like, "No, man, that's another thing.
That's real.
Something on? Yeah, man. You put something on that tell you right there. Oh, I need to back that thing up."
Yeah, man. This has been great. Just another. I feel like we just hitting too many all-netters with this conference, man. Another great
oh man,
super informational.
Absolutely.
Lastly, how can people connect with you via social media, or how can they reach out to you? And anything.
Yes, I'm on all social media platforms. Facebook, Daniel Grimes, Instagram. But if you go to my Facebook, you can most likely be connected to all of my other social media platforms. And I just want to thank you guys again for having me, man. This has been fun, man. Been fun. Thank you. Hopefully, huh? Ain't no problem.
Listen, grapefruit, okay, blueberries, okay, strawberry. Y'all can say what you want, okay.
Watermelon and plenty of water.
I don't like watermelon, bro. I don't. I don't like watermelon.
Hey, listen, you don't got to have that. You can get some walnuts, get some almonds, but get that water. So that's like I say, do your research, man. Do your research. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you to see some of the meals you actually eat.
I'm about to say, Daniel, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna call you because you.
Sure, it's balanced, man. It's balanced because look, man. Some days I hit it harder than others. So my thing is, let me say this real quick. You have to feed your body and replenish your body what you put out. So if you go, some of my days, I might train 2 or 3 hours. So I got to put back into a salad is not going to do me any good.
Okay, that makes sense.
So so I don't want people to think that you got to have a salad after you work. No, you need to replenish, put back into it. And really quick, we're supposed to have at least 5 to 6 small meals a day. Really quick, throw that out.
Oh, so I'm gonna throw this in there too. So what about is there like a certain level or amount of protein you're supposed to take in?
Your body weight.
Okay, so it has to match your body weight.
Match your body weight, yes, sir.
A day?
Huh? Protein?
You said the amount of protein you're supposed to eat per day is supposed to match your body weight?
What he takes. So, so if he's
I was about to say, hold on.
But just like if he's taking protein, so the scoops, you want to get,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I was about to say, dog. We can't do that.
And again, do your research on that too, because every all protein is not created equal as well. So it just goes back to doing your research.
Okay. Well, man, summary for everyone watching. So one, it starts with the mind. That mind.
Right.
Build that mental strength, that discipline. The key word, discipline. So whether you want to work out but don't really feel like it, you don't have the motivation, that's where that discipline kicks in.
Yes.
If you're too busy, you mentioned meal prepping. You know, prepare those meals. Do it now before you have a nurse prepping them for you.
Yeah.
Pretty
much.
But that's word, though. That's word.
Yes.
Do it. So that's something I need to start on. I need to start doing meal prep. So yeah, man, this has been great. So thank you to everybody who tuned in. Make sure you connect with Danny on social media. And then for the last time, what'd you say the social media was?
Daniel Grimes on Facebook, and from there, you can go to my Snap, because I have my Snap posted on there. I have my Instagram page. I do a lot with my Instagram versus my Snap, but Daniel Grimes on Facebook.
Daniel Grimes. All right. So make sure you connect, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And with that, we are out, man. Love you guys.
All right, man.
Peace. Thanks, Daniel.
All right, Elam. Nice meeting you, bro.
You as well.